Hello again, this is Alex from Alex's Machine Knitting. And what I'm going to show you today is how to join your two shoulder seams. See, there's a shoulder seam and there's a shoulder seam. I'm just going to show you how to join one, but it's the same for both sides because you need to join one, do your neckband, and then join the other. That's how it usually works out. Whoops. Sorry about that. What you do is you take the number of stitches that's on the shoulder seam and bring them to holding position anywhere on the machine. 2, 4, 6, 8, which is that many. So there we go. Once we brought them out, we take whichever shoulder seam it is that we need to join. In this case, it's the left shoulder seam first, which it doesn't really matter, but yeah. And we just pick up those stitches. This is with the right side facing you, because I'm doing tuck stitch. This is my right side. Probably blurry that, but I'm sorry. So we just pick up those stitches from the right side facing you and hang them onto the needles. It's extremely difficult with the camera in front of me. I'm probably making it 10 times harder than it is. Making it look 10 times harder than it is, sorry. I can get this waist yarn, I can find the last stitch. There we go. Check I haven't split the yarn there. Right. Once you've hung those on, just push them back against the needle bed. And then you take the other left shoulder seam, make sure it's the other left. If you're not sure, you can put it up against your body just to check. And this time we take again the left shoulder seam, but make sure it's the wrong side facing. And like I said, because this is a pattern, it's the stockinette side, so this side is the wrong side in this case, and this faces me. So to recap, first one that goes on, first shoulder seam that goes on, right side facing, and the second one is wrong side. So we just pick the stitches up from this one and hang those on the needles also. Like I said, I'm making this look 10 times harder than it is because the camera's in front of me. Right, once you've done that, this yarn obviously is going to be over the top of that needle because it's a tuck stitch. And once you've done that, you take your needle pusher, oops, and hold the back shoulder seam and the rest of the knitting. Just pull down on that one and pull back on the needle butts so that, here I'll show you if I can do that, so that these latches close over that and pull through. I'll see they've knitted off, apart from this one. Tight, there we go. Those stitches have knitted off. Carefully place you back down there. There we go. Now once you've made sure that these are pulled back as far as they'll go and they're nice large stitches for you to cast off with, then you need to take your darning needle and we'll do the back stitch cast off or bind off, whatever you want to call it, and we'll do this from the left hand side because it looks best from the left hand side and it's obviously easier if you're right handed. We'll just thread the needle, and if you haven't got a thread hanging from the left hand side, you'll have to get another piece of yarn and just cast off with that. So we're just gonna back stitch cast off. If you don't know how to do that, you go through the second stitch and back through the first stitch and pull the yarn through. And then you go into the third stitch and back out the second, and again pull the yarn through. Then into the fourth stitch and back out the third. So you're always moving along one stitch and then backing up by one, hence the name back stitch bind off. It's finishing up here nearly, making sure you don't get that yarn caught on the needle. If I'm boring you here by casting off, you can always fast forward it. Last stitch. Once you get to the end, just go through